Welcome back, everybody, to another Digital Gate Studios production. Jeff is back with more. Surprise, surprise.
More avian feathered friends.
More burbs.
More I didn't even mean to. I'm not even forcing it on everybody. It's just like deck profiles and archetypes that got updated. But this particular one is Red Phoenixmon.
Ooh,
so,
okay.
Everybody who watched the last video, appreciate your support. I probably won't spend as much time diving into the details like I did that last video. So if you haven't, go check out our older Phoenix video. But let's dive into it because I'm excited to show you the changes and updates that we got.
I didn't realize that you got so many new pieces for this deck when we did the reveals. I think everyone was so distracted by the shiny Royal Knights.
Yeah, everyone was distracted by Royal Knights and Burst Mode that they forgot about one of the best new Tamers we've gotten in a long time.
Oh, let's check it out.
So first of all, the eggs changed completely.
Okay.
Last video, I even remember I made a joke. I was like, I'm going to play 5 eggs to be a better content creator. Well, I didn't bring a 5th egg. So your 5th egg, if you want to play, could be Garudamon. But if you guys remember my last video, I was playing 4 Garudamons, and that was the egg I liked the most because 6K, draw a card. And I would pair that with the BT-2 Birdramon. That's gone. And there's a reason why it's gone, and I will get back to that reason. I'm going to circle back if that's fair to everybody. But on deletion, if you have a red Tamer in play, draw 1 card. So let's dive into our first level 3. This is our awesome searcher. I love that each tribe, each new deck has a dedicated searcher in some way, shape, or form.
They do.
Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 red Digimon card with vaccine in its traits and 1 red Tamer. So this searches so much. It can search all the Greymon. So if you really like security attack +1 Greymon, play that. It's a great card. I love it. Inheritable on deletion if you have a red Tamer, gain 1 memory. So really, guys, this is like a purple deck with red stuff. It's the best of both worlds. It's better at red than red, purple, Imperial, and it's better at purple than that as well. We have a brand new Beomon, and honestly, this is one of the best additions of the deck.
Yeah.
This card is insane. So it does have an inheritable on deletion, draw 1, sticks with the strategy and the theme so far. On play, if played by an effect, by returning 1 of your Christie Daemons, that must be the best Daemon Tamer we've gotten. To the hand, this Digimon may Digivolve into Garudamon in the hand, ignoring its Digivolution requirements and without paying the cost. Very similar to a Burst Mode ability.
Yeah, because you're going from a 3 to a 5 for...
So what's great about this deck is that it plays these bodies so many different ways that it just makes sense to have being able to warp into the Garudamon. And this is the main reason. This card right here, and especially paired with the new Tamer that we got in Christie herself, because we got that, that's kind of why I decided to go with the Yokomon egg instead of the Guri. Because what I found myself doing was at the beginning of the game, I would get the Beomon set up, and then I would hard play a Christie, give it that on deletion ability, and I would just swing with a level 3.
Yeah.
Right? Because I could just swing with this Beomon, with the Yokomon underneath, draw a card, warp into Garudamon by playing that for free, and all of a sudden have a big blocker, and I'm 2 levels higher than where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I definitely think changing the egg was awesome, and I'm glad because I'm back to more of that tribal route anyways. Next card is 4 of the EX1 Beomon.
The most expensive alt art in the set.
Right? And it was really strong in Jessamon back in the day. It's great. Just when attacking once per turn, wins Digimon, draw a card. I love this card. The inheritable is so strong. Obviously, if you attack a Digimon, you don't get to draw a card, right? Where a lot of the effects are like on deletion, right? But it's still great for the deck. Really helps with the deck. You don't need the BT-2 Beomon that I was playing last set with the on deletion gain 1. That card never really came up anyways, and I already said it I was going to replace it.
So you did.
So I did. So now here's a new Birdramon, or excuse me, the original Birdramon. Not the original Birdramon, because we got one in the starter deck, and we got one in ST1, and we got one in BT1. But this is the BT-11 Birdramon. It's a blocker. Awesome. Love how there's a lot of blockers in this deck. On deletion, you may play 1 red Tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less without paying its cost. So I love the fact that it has all these on deletions. I like being able to set up a Birdramon, kind of getting the Tamers played for free. It's awesome, right?
Yeah.
So I'm pairing that as well with almost the original Birdramon, the BT-1 Birdramon. So
early on.
Yes, very, very early on. This is where I was a little torn, not like super torn, right? But it's more just like how many do I play of each, especially because the BT-2 Birdramon, the one attack and gain 3K, or 4K. I think it's 4K because it would hit 7K total. Was really useful. It was so nice having a cheap level 4 that just became a 7K, could swing into things. But ultimately, I like the aggressiveness of red. I like the extra security checks. And I like the fact that when Phoenixmon does this ability, you can play this, gain that extra security attack, and then do an extra check like that, right?
Yeah.
And then to pair that off, I figured, you know what? Let's add a different type of bird, even though this one is not vaccine. So this is our first non-vaccine in the deck, which is unfortunate that it cannot be searched. And that's kind of why I stuck with this 6 level 4s that can be searched with vaccines and 4. I'll just put down the last level 4 that cannot be searched by the vaccine. The Aquilomon, you really turned me on to this.
It's so good. Pre-release, man.
Yeah,
pre-release it was bonkers.
On play, when digivolving, it's really nice that it has that multi-purpose, especially because we play birds with effects. We do digivolve as well. Delete a 3K. And
Floodgate.
It's
all day long.
Deletes the floodgates that this deck can struggle with.
It's also really strong against like Bloomlord, where most of their level 4s are 3K.
Yep.
They're able to pop all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
3K blockers.
Exactly. He's not too high of a play cost. He's
kills
a 5K
the Pokemons.
body.
It kills a lot of like nasty things that just.
Absolutely. So I do think that this would probably be replaced with the new Saberdramon, because the Saberdramon, that promo retaliation raid, is a vaccine, which is crazy to think that. I thought it for sure would have been a virus. But it's a tough call. Maybe I'll end up going down to 2 of this and 3 of that Saber. Who knows when we finally get that card. But it does have inheritable on deletion draw 1 card. So lots and lots and lots and lots of draw power in this deck, and it's awesome. I love this card. Hybrid for game. Sorry. Yeah. Garudamon.
Goes
love
without
this card.
saying.
Blocker, BT-11. Awesome. Same inheritable as this Birdramon. Get to play a 4 cost or less Tamer. So I love just getting the Phoenixmon set up, maybe not having as many Tamers as you want, but you have the inheritables where it pops, and then all of a sudden, bam, Tamers come out for days.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So last profile video, I was playing some Rise Gray for the Digiburst to get Tamers out for free, and people made great comments in the video about playing like Rise Gray X Antibody, and I forgot how much I loved Rise Gray X Antibody, so it was definitely the right call. But unfortunately, I'm just going to play another Garudamon.
Why wouldn't you? If you can digivolve for free, yeah.
Exactly. So the reason why, number 1, I went with 8 Garudamons for my level 5s is because this Biomon can warp into Garudamon for free.
And it happens way more than you think.
And it happens way more than you think. Like I said,
not a gimmick.
You can even get it turn 1.
Yeah.
Right? Turn 1, they give you 3 memory, or turn 2, excuse me, because you have to have the level 3 to swing. Right? You promote out the Biomon, you hard play Christie, give it the on deletion, play that Biomon, bam, warp into Garudamon right there. I've done it before. Again, part of the reason I swapped to Yoko for the egg. The Garudamon on play and when digivolving, I like that again. You may play 1 red Tamer cost. Now, this one's different with a play cost of 3 or less from your hand. So that does influence why we change some of the Tamers in the deck, and we'll get to it in a sec. On deletion also has a great inheritable. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6K or less. So what I like about this is both of these Garudamons, right? I have the defensive option when I need to make a defensive play.
Yep.
Biomon warps into Garudamon, becomes an awesome 7K blocker. Or I have, I just put a Christie back into my hand. Let's play another Tamer.
Yeah.
Right? If I want to recycle that Christie, and then I could even give this Garudamon that on deletion from the Christie to play a Biomon and warp again. Yep. So it's really cool. I really like this Garudamon. I think this is a necessary addition to the deck. And like we were talking about when we started the video, we didn't realize how much support we got in this deck.
I had no idea.
We had no idea. This is going to be tried and true for a while, I believe, unless all of a sudden we get a crazy new Phoenixmon. But the original again, there was a starter deck Phoenixmon, so this is BT-11,
which we used in our zoo decks.
Which we used all the time, and I still love that card.
One of the best alt arts in the game.
Yeah, it was a staple in Red Turbo too.
Yeah.
Red Turbo Omni. Anyways,
cost 10 play.
Phoenixmon, your turn. Once per turn, when a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, you may activate one of this Digimon's on deletion effects. You can choose to activate his effect, the inheritables scattered throughout, however you want to do it.
However you want to do it.
Make that decision in the heat of the moment, but generally, I like using his own on deletion, which is you may play 1 red Digimon card with Avian, Bird, Beast, Animal, Sovereign, other than Sea Animal, so don't get to play red Sea Animal. Sorry, guys. In one of its traits and 3K or less from your hand without paying the cost. For each red Tamer you have in play, add 2,000 to the maximum DP you can play by this effect. So it's really crazy because one Tamer lets you play all of your fours and below. Two Tamers lets you play your fives. Three Tamers, let's see, 3, 5, 5, 7, 9, 11. So 4 Tamers lets you play a free Phoenixmon. So you get set up with a lot of Tamers. You trigger all that stuff. I love it. This Phoenixmon's so cool to me.
And you give it rush.
And you can give it rush with a pretty cool Tamer. To back it up, I am playing 2 of this Phoenixmon. I loved the comments that I got on the last video. A lot of people like the Zakalmon, and I know why they like it.
Yeah.
And I'm like this close to playing Zakalmon. And honestly, if you're on the fence about it, try both, see what you think. This one's pretty cheap, so you can probably get this and try it without breaking the bank anyways.
Like one of the few EX1 cards they didn't give us an alt-art of.
I know, it's like, this would have been sick. But the reason why I like this is that the main reason is that it's an 11K. So it means I only need 4 Tamers on the field to play it for free and potentially give it rush. Whereas the cow, I would need a 5th Tamer. And there's a big, like...
That's a big difference.
3 Tamers is pretty easy and reasonable to get in any game, especially, you know, with as many Tamers as we're playing. Once you start getting to 4 to 5, you're asking a lot. Whether it's black or gray deleting a lot of Tamers. Whether you've used a hybrid early on because you
only
just
play
had no
so
choice.
many for free.
Yeah. It's really hard to get to that 5th Tamer. Zakao is great because if you just want to Digivolve up into it, right, as a removal, it's awesome removal, and it does trigger kind of your own deletions. So I see why people like it. This also has security attack +1, which is what red needs, especially the birds where you want to be that aggressive.
Yeah, this needs to be fast.
This needs to be fast because it's going to have a hard time keeping up. And again, 3 cost Evo, and it's also, when this Digimon attacks a player, draw 2. So this is really nice early game because it starts getting you pieces in hand super quick. It's super aggressive. So I'm still sold on this, but I definitely understand the argument for Zakao. All right, guys. This was originally not in the deck until I recorded this right now. But what happened was last profile, and again, thank you to everybody who pointed out to me, I accidentally did 51 cards in the deck, which is so funny. Normally, because what I do is I pull out 50 sleeves, and I make sure I only play 50. I counted a bunch. Somehow I did 51 in my last deck profile video. This was 50. I counted 3 times. So unless I'm just
don't worry, they'll count
dumb,
again.
We'll count. Yeah, unless I'm that dumb, right? But what I found is you can give rush with Phoenixmon or this Phoenixmon when you play it with the Tamer, but sometimes you just want one more swing. Because your memory's gone, you're kind of 0 memory. The Phoenixmon gets dropped. You did a bunch of aggressive checks. You want an aggressive swing. You want the Blitz Omni. Unfortunately, it's not red and vaccine, so it's not searchable with the Biomon, but it is a vaccine, so maybe we'll get some support for that in the future. But I just found myself needing the Blitz Omni. I found myself wishing I had it. All right, let's dive into Tamers. So we are playing 4 of the aforementioned best Damon Tamer in the game. Who needs Marcus, especially if it gets restricted? Christy Damon. Start of your main phase if you have Digimon with Bird or Avian in its traits, gain 1 memory. I never once thought playing this game that I was going to have a Bird tribal deck that gave me all these unique Bird traits. That was more like a meme I made with everybody where it would be great to do that, but I gain a memory.
Got a lot of sets now.
Yeah, so this is nice because she gains memory. She's only a 3-drop. And she also has the awesome ability, on play, one of your Digimon gains on deletion. You may play 1 Biomon from your hand or trash without paying the cost until the end of your opponent's turn.
Bonker.
Tamer plays, give somebody on deletion, play a Biomon, play that Biomon, warp into Garudamon. You got a Phoenix ready to go next turn.
Where's your alt art, man? Come on, where is it, Bandai?
Bandai, come on. Where's my box tomper? I'm a little disappointed in y'all.
Only one Damon has an alt art.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, Dad didn't get it either. This was tough for me, and ultimately this came to the fact that I'm only playing 3 of because I want to play Blitz Omni. So if you find yourself not playing Blitz Omni, or if you change your ratios to where you're playing 11 3s or 1 less level 4, you could go up to a 4th, Akiho, however you say her name. But she's great. She's what gives things rush, right, when played by effect. So I really like her. I would like to keep her as a 4 of, but I think ultimately it just makes more sense to do 3. Reveal the top. She's great. She's a searcher. On play, reveal the top 4 of your deck. Add 1 red Digimon with vaccine. Place the rest at the bottom. And that's part of the reason why I really liked 4 of, because it was search, and I like that search. Your turn. When you play a red Digimon that meets the requirements, I'm not going to list them all again. By suspend this Tamer, gain rush, right? It has to be played by an effect, so it's really strong. But these are my 3-cost Tamers that the Garudamon can play.
Right, yeah. Those are your free drops.
These can be targeted by the Birdramon and the Garudamon. But really, what we have is 2 BT-1 ties that really get targeted by the Ford effect, right? So I'm playing less of this, obviously, because of the fact that I can't play, for free with the Garudamon. Otherwise, it would probably be more of. And sometimes you do skip level 4 when you don't have the egg underneath when you warp from BO to Garuda.
Yep, so you don't always get that.
So that can backfire, so sometimes you don't get that security attack +1. So if you like Hero's a good choice because you gain the extra DP. However, then you might not trigger this Phoenixmon as much. So I'm on the fence, and ultimately I decided to stick with BT-1 tie because I love the aggressiveness. I love when I get a great stack with tie and this Phoenix. That's security attack +3. I think it was you or somebody I was playing against security attack -, and this allowed me to still do a check.
Yep, still get it.
Because of the fact I had security. So that's it for my Tamers. I took out the dual Tamers that I really liked, so I did kind of lose some memory gain, but I kind of made up for a little bit with the Christies. It's a tough call. And my last 4 cards are going to be what I call the flex spot. And this is stayed tried and true from the last video, and it's kind of been like my staple options in red decks these days. You could make the argument to play 3 Crimson Blaze and 1 Gaia Force, and I definitely think that it's a good call.
Or 4 Crimson Blaze.
Or 4 Crimson Blaze with everything that would get blown up and all the Digimon that you would stop to
everything
play.
that plays by effect, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm on the fence. I kind of stick with the 2 and 2 because I like the caveman brain thinking where it's just easy to me. But Gaia Force, Gaia Force is great where it just deletes 1 big body, deletes anything I want. Crimson Blaze is great because it deletes everything with 6k or less. It gets reduced in cost, and they can't play Digimon by effect. So this is it. This is Red Phoenixmon Tribal. Super excited. I can't believe that we got this many updates, and I'm looking at this. I'm like, seriously? And there's still a promo Saberdramon coming out. So
more fun stuff.
More fun stuff coming your way. We can't wait to hear what you guys think in the comments. And if you made it this far, as always, like, comment, subscribe. We cannot wait to hear what you have to say about this deck. And we're super excited because we have way more deck profiles coming your way. So, as always, stay tuned. Jesse, thank you so much for being here with me.
Thank you.
Let's sign off. Have a good
See you
one,
next
everyone.
time.